This video is going to take like everything out of me right now. This just goes to show how everyone should go to therapy, including myself, because I don't go. That's the goal, honestly, the goal. Okay, let me just like take it back real quick to what even started the idea of having an open video like this, okay? So last month, the Fragile Club emailed me, and this wasn't a paid promotion. This is just hey, this is what our company does, and would you be down to post a video talking about mental health, you know, sharing a story of yours? And so I was like, sure. I feel like my YouTube channel has gone pretty far from me talking about, you know, my life and my feelings and hard times, and it's now just really for fun and for entertainment. So today I am wearing the Fragile Club's t-shirt. They sent me this, they sent me another t-shirt, and then they sent me some masks. The Fragile Club's mission is to encourage people to share their stories. They also fund mental health resources with the profits from all the purchases, you know, made to the Fragile Club, and empower those that struggle with mental health. So they definitely, just by reaching out to me, empowered me to share a story around mental health. The Fragile Club links will be in the description down below, so you can help yourself and help empower other people as well. So when I first received this email last month, Mental Health Awareness Month, I was like, I guess the first story that comes to mind would be the struggles I went through deciding to move to Los Angeles and leave my family. But I was like, I feel like I know that there's deeper things. The one that you guys have seen me struggle through, but I never really talked about, was how I felt about myself deeply when my hair fell out, and you know, I hated myself for a lot longer than you guys think. So that is the one that I was planning on sharing until I was scrolling on Instagram. You know, I'm trying my best to educate myself more on my white privilege, and I'm trying to share as much resources about the Black Lives Matter movement that I possibly can. And in the midst of all this, there's a lot more stories about women resurfacing, and something was shared that I want to share with you before I get started. Heal and Chill on Instagram shared, "You are a rape apologist if you always find a way to blame the victim, always tend to gravitate towards the accused, always bring up stories of men rape cases to shut down a case, always fussy about why victims speak out at their own time." And it says, "You can do better." Reading this, I knew that I had to post it on my story, but I not only wanted to share this, I just wanted to share just a little bit for the people that look at my Instagram story about how a situation I never talked about was solely because my friend was a rape apologist. It made me feel like there's nothing to share, or there's nothing to talk about. And so I let this story like sit in me for years. And so I went on my story again to ask if anyone that followed my Instagram thought it might be a good idea to share that as my, you know, Fragile Club mental health YouTube video. And I got a lot of responses saying that they think that this story of mine can affect a lot more than other stories that I would share, which is really sad. But I guess if my story and how I tried so hard to suppress it myself can help someone else, then that's what this is all about. That's what I'm all about, you know? And thank God for the internet. We can touch so many people, and we can inspire so many more women, you know, and men to come out and share your stories. So if this triggers anyone, I am so sorry. That's not what I'm going for. I don't want to trigger anyone. But if you feel like you want to share something for the first time, or the 5th time, or the 100th time, go ahead. You can leave a comment down below, and maybe you can, you know, film your own story, or even talk to your parents, talk to your friends, tell someone for the first time. So I guess I'll get into my story and where this starts for me. Oh my god, that was the longest intro. I'm so sorry. I still have a really hard time remembering when this happened. I know this was in late 2016, but I tried to, like, you know, suppress it so much that I forget a lot. And but I'm gonna try to, like, piece together as much as I can, just at least so you guys understand where my mental health was in the end of this and how I got here. So this is close to the end of 2016. I made a group of friends when I first moved to Los Angeles, and let's just say those friends didn't last very long, but there was a girl who I got really close with right away, and we would go everywhere together. And I felt like I was there a lot for her. She shared a lot of her deep personal stories with me, and I mean, I'm not too much of a deep sharer, but you know, I probably would have told her anything. And I don't know how, but she met this guy. I don't know where this guy came from, but he was here to do music, to dance, whatever, you know, and I'm pretty sure he was like older than me. I don't know, he looked pretty young. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so she met this guy and she liked him. I don't know if they went on a date, like, I have no idea. I briefly met him with my whole little group of friends at that time. Thought, you know, he was pretty cool, but he was only around because my friend liked him. So we're at this house party. I was 20 and I was drinking and we're having lots of fun. Some people came by. I remember playing, you know, beer pong, running around, being like way too drunk to like look at myself in the bathroom. And my best friend's crush came. She invited him to come. I barely remember seeing them together at all, because he kept like gravitating towards me, and honestly, like, everything is such a blur. But I remember him telling me that, oh no, we ran out of alcohol. Let's go to the store. And I was like, oh my god, I can't go to the store. Like, what? Who's driving? Like, what's up? And he was like, no, I have a driver. Which I think must have just been like an Uber or something. But he was like, I have a driver, let's go to the store. I'll buy it for you. And I was like, cool, free alcohol, sure, why not? So I'm in the back seat of this car with him, and we go to the store, and he gets out, he buys alcohol, and is back in the back seat of the car with me. Like, there's still, like, you know, space between us, we're just friendly, you know. Like, he was there for my friend, so I was like, cool, yeah, we can be friends. Thank you for the alcohol, I guess. Oh, I guess that does mean he was over 21. I'm pretty sure he was like 25, to be honest. I don't know. So, we get back to the house, he's pouring me drinks, and I was like, where's your drink? And he goes, I'm not drinking tonight. I'm like, oh, okay. My brain goes, okay, more for me. Like, I get all this alcohol, awesome. And I'm already like way gone. I am like gone. I literally only have flashes of this. My best friend like disappeared. I have no idea where she went. The house wasn't even that big. And we heard maybe she was on the roof. Maybe some friends were on the roof of the house. So we go to the side of the house and me and him climb up. And they're not there. But there are other people there, but not like my friend. So I was like, oh no. Okay, well, what do we do? Like, he was trying to help me find her. And as I'm looking over the side, he starts kissing me. And I'm like, this isn't cool. You know, like, it's not like I shoved him off of me. I was just like, hey, like, I like might throw up soon, but also like, my friend likes you. And he was like, I don't care, and keeps trying to kiss me, and I'm like, just so confused and so under the influence. And I remember that yeah, like I'm like laying on the roof. I don't know why I'm laying down, but like I'm laying on the roof, and that's when he's like making out with me, and I don't know how I got there. And I remember hearing my friend's voice like call up to me or say something, so that I get up and I go to look over, and she's with some of her friends on the ground, and he comes up behind me too, and she is just like shocked that I'm up there with him. It's so hard for me to remember. It's like I'm trying to remember a dream right now, but she was on the ground and she said that she was leaving or they were getting something. All I remember was feeling like, okay, I should probably get down. So he helps me down, like he's helping me all night. And I don't know if I like threw up in the bathroom. I barely remember being alone. Like he was just there. And I don't know if I like expressed that I wanted to go home. Like I don't remember any of my feelings. I think it was the guy whose house it was. He told me that I could just sleep in like a guest room or something. And like I don't know why I am just such a homebody. Like I don't know why I stayed. Like I don't know what was going on, and I don't know why I like agreed to sleep there, but I definitely could barely function. So maybe I was afraid of throwing up in an Uber. I have no idea. But then the next thing I know is I'm going into this guest room and the guy is there again. My friend's crush is in the room, and he put on the movie Get Smart. That was one of my favorite movies. Not anymore, but he put that movie on like to make me comfortable, to make it comfortable. And he's like, yeah, just go to bed. Like I'll sit here, like you just sleep. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I'm laying in bed, and like he's trying to kiss me again. His hands are just like touching me like everywhere, and I'm trying to move away. I'm like, listen, my friend likes you, this isn't cool. And he was like, I don't care, I don't like her. And I'm like, okay, I also like I didn't shave today. And he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, I remember just listing all these reasons that I'm like I'm listing all these like no's, but I never verbally said no. So of course, one thing leads to another. I can't really move. I can't think. Like he's just has answers for everything I'm seeing, and like it's not like I was scared necessarily. It's not like I was crying, but I didn't want to have sex with him. Like I didn't want to sleep with him. I didn't like him, and I knew that would hurt my best friend, and it happened anyways. And I don't remember going to sleep, but I remember waking up like barely remembering the night before and grabbing my phone and calling an Uber, and there was like no one in the house. And so I went home, and I don't even know if I did anything that day, but it took like a couple of days to text my friend and tell her that we needed to talk. So we made the plan to go to the beach. I just remember we're sitting on the train heading to the beach, and I'm telling her what happened, because all she knows is that everyone talked about how I slept with him, but she like doesn't know that that there was no consent, you know. So I'm trying to explain to her, and she like already has an opinion in her brain and is just trying to move on. And I'm like, no, like you don't get it. Like, I said that you liked him. Like, I said that I wasn't trying to sleep with anyone. And she was like, yeah, well you did. And yeah, well, it looked like you guys were really close. Like, well, anyone would have thought you wanted to. Instantly in my brain, I was like, okay, I mean, she's right. Like, I didn't say no. And yeah, I'm sure it would have looked like I really wanted to the whole time that he was with me all night. So yeah, you're right, let's just move on. Because I didn't share that story with anyone else. Her response was the only response that I heard. And so I thought that was like majority, like majority says that, like, yeah, like, it's my fault. And why would I say something that would make him look bad? You know? Basically, she stopped liking him because he slept with me. She didn't stop liking him because he unconsensually slept with me. She like that, her opinion was the only one that I heard. So when I read what a rape apologist was, I not only realized that that's what she was, but also that I've been around that like my whole life. And it's like, the more I think about it, I wish I would have shared that story more with other people that cared about me more than they cared about that guy. Because I forced myself to move on and try to forget his face and his name, and I like made it a joke in my brain, like, yeah, then whatever, that happened, it wasn't consensual, but whatever, like, I'm never gonna see him again. And I made it like it was a normal thing, which happens way too often. And a year later, I was drinking again. You know, it just seems like I'm always drinking, but I'm not, I swear. I was at a pizza place in Hollywood, and I was like about to Uber home when that guy walks into the pizza place. And I was alone and didn't know what to do because I was instantly scared. Like, I knew that something was still wrong about all of it, but I like couldn't figure it out. So I text one of my guy friends that lived close by, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you can come here. Like, I can't be alone. Like, I feel like I can't leave because I'm afraid that this guy is gonna talk to me. Still without explaining who this guy is to anyone. And my friend said he was on his way, and that guy, of course, comes up to me. He's like, hey, Hannah, oh my gosh, it's been forever. And I'm like, yep. And he's trying to introduce me to his friends, and I'm like, yep, great. And my friend showed up and was like in the doorway and was like, Hannah, come on. And I just remember looking at him and saying, you know that I never said yes that night. And he said, I know. And then I turned around and I left. And that was the last time I saw him. And now I'm just sitting here feeling so much guilt. Like, what if I kept sharing that story? Like, what if I talked about it more? Like, would that have gotten him in trouble? Like, of course it would have gotten him in trouble. And I mean, that's all the first person cared about that I shared with, you know. And I think that's what stuck with me was, yeah, can't get him in trouble. because it's something serious, and that's too serious when I didn't technically say no as well as I didn't technically say yes, so whatever. But like, I'm just thinking, like, how many other people has that happened to? And there are such worse situations where it does happen, kicking and screaming, and that's what I thought that it was. So if my story isn't me kicking and screaming, then is it really rape? But yeah, like it is. So so in the end, like, this is, oh my god, I guess my first time really actually explaining the story, and god, I don't even know what people are gonna comment, but I mean, the only thing that makes me feel better is knowing that I can share this and I can understand a lot more than I did before. And I just hope that by sharing my story and let you guys know that rape doesn't have to happen with you kicking and screaming or completely unconscious. It's just you not saying yes, okay? So speak up, speak your truth, share with people you love, and if you don't get the right answer the first time, don't accept that as the only opinion on your story, okay? I think what affected me a lot after that was what really, I don't know, like, what say do I have, I guess, which is also what brought me to the sexual assault story that I shared about me going to the Team 10 house. What happened after that sexual assault was the first person I told, the girl told me not to talk about it again. So I don't know, not to like attack girls. I mean, I'm sure if I told a guy first too, like, maybe I also might get the incorrect response, which is to tell the person who is hurt that they shouldn't hurt, and that what they say doesn't matter, but it would be better for everyone if you keep it inside. That is never, ever, ever the case. And so if you have been suppressing anything, if there's anything that you still feel is off about an experience, it's because you're right and your feelings are valid no matter what anyone says. So eventually, I mean, I will go to therapy. I hope that all of us can think back to hard times and with a therapist, with friends, be able to dive into ourselves and deconstruct situations like that and make sure that that doesn't happen in the future. And if you hear someone else be a rape apologist or an apologist of any way that's just backing up the wrong person, stand up, stand in between that person, yell at that person, say like, what is wrong with you? I mean, I'm 24 years old now. Like, I've learned so much. Wow, I wish I was stronger when I was younger, and I wished I surrounded myself with better people. So this is probably gonna be one of the saddest videos I post of mine, of my story. But I hoped it helped someone. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time for my next video that will probably be entertaining and not sad. But thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to share my story. And I give you all, every single one of you, an opportunity to share your story down below, or with your friends, or with your family. I just want to inspire. So go ahead. Go free. You are free. You are a butterfly. You can be anything you want to be, and you can feel however you want to feel. Okay, that's it. Okay, bye.